Hello, Zelda Eternity fans, and welcome to a very special Zelda Eternity video walkthrough. What's a Zelda Eternity video walkthrough, you ask? Well, I'm surprised you don't know, but I'm not offended, so don't worry. I'll tell you. A Zelda Eternity video walkthrough is simply the most entertaining way to get your Zelda-related walkthrough guides for how to defeat Ganon, Vaati, Majora, or any, particular ne'er-do-well in the Zelda universe. We tell you how to play the games, and we're kind of funny in the process. Or at least I think I am. And that's all that matters. Because, self-esteem and all that. Anyway, in this particular walkthrough, we're going to play through The Wind Waker. I happen to be a Wind Waker expert. As you can see by my, 3 not-so-greatly completed files. But I have played this game a great deal, so I understand the general flow of it. Trust me on this. You guys will learn to love me. You may have doubts right now, but they'll fade away as soon as, as soon as I start playing the game. So maybe I should do that right now before I start losing viewers. What shall we name ourselves? Well, in case I didn't already introduce myself, perhaps in the video description, I'm SpaghettiWeegee of Zelda Eternity fame. Perhaps you've seen some articles from me around the website. And if not, I don't hold it against you. I haven't written anything in a little while, so it's good to get back into the swing of things. So we're just gonna enter in an abbreviation of my screen name. Sweege. SpaghettiWeegee. See, the G is capital, because obviously you have to say the whole thing whenever it's capital. But then it would be Sweege. S-W-E-G. Okay, so that doesn't really work, but it's a stylistic thing. You gotta kinda, it's like poetry. You gotta go with it. This is but one of the legends of which the people speak. Long ago, there existed a kingdom where a golden power lay hidden. It was a prosperous land, blessed with green forests, tall mountains, and killer cuckoos. But one day, a man of great evil found the golden power and took it for himself. Stuttering over myself is really ruining the dramatic moment. With its strength at his command, he spread darkness across the kingdom in the form of bats and skeletons. Actually, he did remove the skeletons that appeared at night in Hyrule Field. Observant players of Ocarina of Time would know that. But regardless, he's still a pretty bad dude, because he's a pig. And, we don't like pigs. That's why we kill them and eat their bacon. Anyway, a young boy clad in green did something or other. Wielding the blade of evil's bane, he sealed the dark one away and gave the land light. This boy, who traveled through time to save the land, was known as the hero of time. The boy's tale, I said the boy's tale was passed down through generations until it became legend. But then, a day came when a fell wind began to blow across the kingdom, and all of the southern bells became British. The great evil that all thought had been forever sealed away by the hero once again crept forth from the depths of the earth, eager to resume its dark designs. Sauron! What are you doing here? The people believed that the hero of time would again come to save them. But the hero did not appear. Very dramatic pause there. It was almost too long. Unbearably so. Faced by an onslaught of evil, the people could do nothing but appeal to the gods. In their last hour, as doom drew nigh, they left their future in the hands of fate. What became of that kingdom? None remain who know. The memory of the kingdom vanished, but its legend survived on the wind's breath. Very lightweight legend. It can blow along on the wind. On a certain island, it became customary to guard boys in green when they came of age. Clothed in the green of fields, they aspired to find heroic blades and cast down evil, and hide pots of gold at the end of rainbows. The elders wished only for the youths to know courage, like the hero of legend. I'm sensing a theme here. Anyway, welcome to the first island you'll encounter in the game, Outset Island. There's all kinds of fun stuff to do here, and we're gonna show it off a little bit, but not for too long, because we already wasted a good chunk of time watching that intro that anyone who owns the game has probably already seen. But regardless of this, this is your sister. Her name is Aril, and the only word she can say is hoy, because of a terrible birth defect. See? There she goes again. She has a telescope. That telescope is her prized possession, and it isn't worth crap. It's sort of a lower middle class socioeconomic status here on Outset Island. More like Ghetto Island, am I right? So this is Aril Laquisha, and this is Link Roan, and they're both not racial stereotypes at all. That's not what I was going for. I knew you'd be here. This is my favorite spot to gaze out at the sea. When I play with the gulls, I call it Aril's Lookout. Isn't that nice? So, do you remember what day it is today? Tuesday? You're still half asleep, aren't you? I don't know. Let me wake up first. Did you forget? Big brother, it's your birthday. How old am I? Oh, we can't tell you that. Breaks the immersion. That's why Grandma has been waiting for you to come back to the house. She's been waiting for a while now. Thing to note here, you notice house is in red. That usually indicates that that noun, particular noun, they're always nouns, is rather important. They might be verbs in certain scenarios, but they are rarely ever adjectives. Yeah, we should probably go home, Aril. You're a smart one. So yeah, we could pull a Metal Gear Solid 3 and climb all the way down this ladder, but screw that. We are on a time schedule. Technically, a Metal Gear Solid 3 would be climbing all the way up this ladder, and we'd also be accompanied by a catchy spy tune. But this is Zelda, which doesn't have voice acting, so a catchy spy tune with the big, voluptuous black lady voice, singing along, championing our escapades, just wouldn't fit the tone. Hey, SpaghettiWeegee! Oh no, he says hoy too. He must also have that birth defect. Is it true that if you just have a little courage and run as fast as you can, then you could jump to that rock out there? Is it? Is it? Tell me. I can't speak, you insensitive jerkface. But I can show you. This is a little Zelda mechanic that was introduced in Ocarina of Time back whenever that came out. I believe it was 1990. No, it wasn't. 1998? I was going to say 1992, but then I was like, no, that was still back in the Super Nintendo era. But anyway, it was introduced in the first 3D Zelda game, because how else are you going to navigate platforms in a 3D environment? Well, you could go with the Mario way of school of thought on that and have a button to it, but Zelda said no, this is a Zelda game, not a platformer, so they introduced the autojump. What are you doing here? I just saw a wild pig! Oh, see, look! That black one there. Don't you see him? This is perfect. My wife was just telling me how much she really wanted a pet. You ready to go grab it, Sweege? Now, you can't just run up on it. Pigs are too alert about their surroundings for you to just jog up and capture one. If you want to get close to one, you have to hold R and crouch and tilt the analog stick, whatever that is, to crawl slowly behind it. Slowly. You could also distract it with bait, I guess. So this is a little side quest, a pig-catching side quest here. And if you catch all the pigs and deliver them to a certain woman on the house, who looks very pig-like, so she's very easy to spot. First person you'd expect to find a pig. You just catch the pig here by sneaking up on it, which I happen to be terrible at. Not the best stealthy guy. But, you know, I grew up on a farm. I should be better at catching pigs. Regardless, we've got a pig now, and we'll take it to that woman I mentioned before. She'll give us rupees. Yep. Getting paid to wrangle pigs. This is Link's day job. No wonder he left. Hey there, fat lady. Give me money. And we got a red rupee. It's worth 20 rupees. There's sort of a color supremacy hierarchy thing going on here, where red is worth 20, blue is worth 5, gold, or actually it's yellow, is worth 10, and gold, I believe, is worth 200. That or it's big yellow. But it's yellowish in hue, I should say, you know, being of that chemical composition. So yeah, there are 3 pigs, I believe, on the island, which we can all take to this lady for extra coin. And we're just gonna do that real quick to show you guys who are interested in 100%ing the game how it's done. That's a very important thing to cover. Aw, yes, I brought you another piglet, Miss Fats. Give me your money. We don't need to mug people, we just bring them pigs. The mugging practically does itself. The thriving economy of... Oh, wow, we just got up on a roof here. Well, we could be pretty cool guys right now. Woo! Back flipping off. We're champs. Well, the thriving economy of Windfall Island... this isn't Windfall Island. Spoiler alert! The thriving economy of Outset Island ensures that no matter how small a task is done, everyone gets appropriate exchange for their services. We live in a communist society here in Hyrule. After the monarchy fell, it seemed a natural progression of things. So here's the final piglet. It's a bit... Oh, I gotta sneak up on it. It's a bit a ways away. You know, he actually, if you listen to the game audio, he actually makes more noise whenever he's crawling on the floor like that. It's sort of like like he's kissing the ground with every step. Except that's unsanitary, and I'm sure Link doesn't do that because he's not a filthy... What was I saying right there? I wasn't about to say anything. But as you can tell, Link is a healthy young lad, and he doesn't kiss the ground. And he does, however, wrangle pigs, so maybe he's not totally clean. Yeah, he might be riddled with swine flu right now. Oh, stop freaking out, Mr. Pig. You're almost there. Get in there. Dumb pig. If you take out your sword and whack the pigs, they'll chase you, and they'll probably kill you, so I don't recommend it. Ah, so 3 pigs. Yep, and that's all you're getting from me, lady. I hope you're happy. I'm certainly happy. Now there's another thing to check out here, if you want to learn how to play the game. If you talk to this big-headed guy right here, looks kind of like Jimmy Neutron. What's up, Jimmy? That's correct, you're a smart one. I know I am. This guy's such a charmer. So that's teaching you all about L targeting, a very useful mechanic, much like auto-jumping. It lets you target onto things pretty far away and make threatening poses at them. If you go up this ladder here, and into this room, you can peeve this guy off by knocking his pots into the floor, which we're going to do right now because we're little troublemakers. Oh yeah! What's up, Jimmy Neutron? You're growing up, SpaghettiWeegee, which means you're going to need as much wisdom as you can get from this point forward. And if you want to be wise, you must first know things. What kind of things, Jimmy? Now, I was born before you, so I know all sorts of things. Yes, I've been studying all manner of topics for many years now. Now, I can tell you're a smart lad. Namely, I've been thinking it's time for me to pass down some of my wisdom to you. I made up half of those words there because they weren't actually there, but my eyesight is going because I'm such an old person. And I think you're going to count yourself lucky, lad. Everything that you see tacked on the walls here is something that I've researched thoroughly. And before you ask, yes, I do know my filing system is odd. Organizational issues aside, however, it's all extremely useful information. You would do well to read it all carefully. Reading leads to knowing, you know? Reading! Come on, this is a video game. Oh, well, that was unusual. I didn't know we got earthquakes on this island. Oh my gosh, your head, it's turning red. It seems like an issue. I think it was just having an aneurysm. It might be just best to just back off for now. We can also visit his brother, who's a good-for-nothing... His brother lives downstairs, in his basement. In his brother's basement. At least it's not his mother's basement. It's like the tier up above mother's basement in terms of disgraceful living quarters. So he's punching his fish right here, all day long. That's not a euphemism. SpaghettiWeegee, is that you? If I recall correctly, today you're the same age as the legendary hero. Well, not exactly. Same age as, child timeline legendary hero, maybe. But whatevs. So yeah, he's gonna tell me about how to do the rolling attack. Let's piss off Jimmy! Oh god, he's having another aneurysm. We best, make tracks. But enough of that, SpaghettiWeegee. I sense the natural talent beats in your veins, but you need more than talent to make it in the world today. You must be bold, and to that end, just teach you the art of swordplay. Do I wish to practice my skills with a sword? No. We can do that later, whenever it actually matters. But you can always practice the art of the sword whenever you feel like it, because it is kind of fun. And there's a mini-game attached to it later, so you might as well get accustomed to the swordplay controls at this very moment. But enough delay, it's time to talk to our grandmother. I know most people are afraid of that, but not us. We are legendary heroes. We never fear our talks with our grandmother. We have the Triforce of Courage on our side to help us to that end. Grandma, I'm home! I think she's upstairs. Yep, there she is, standing right in front of the legendary wooden shield. That is not that legendary, it's just a wooden shield. SpaghettiWeegee, try these on. Okay. They look kind of feminine, but as long as they accentuate my hips. I'm so thrilled about this. Don't look so disappointed, dear one. Just try them on. Today is the day to celebrate. It is a day that you become the same age as the young hero spoken of in the legends. You only have to wear them for one day, so don't look so down. Be proud, child! In the olden days, this was the day boys were finally considered to be men. They were taught the ways of the sword to prepare them for battle with their enemies. But we don't live in such an age any longer. Our ways are the ways of peace. Hippie! Knew they were communists. Nowadays, I suppose Orca is the only one in the island who still knows anything about swordplay. Hanging the family shield on the wall as a decoration is another tradition that has been carried down from those days. Does this all make sense to you? No. I wasn't really paying attention. Isn't it nice, Weege? They suit you perfectly. A perfect fit. They don't accentuate my hips at all! I'm gonna have a party tonight. It's gonna be super hype. Everyone's invited, including you! Dear viewer, you can come to my party. Now we should go talk to our sister, Aril. Indeed we shall. Again, don't bother with ladders. Too much trouble. But I do believe that we've covered a great deal in this episode, so it is time to cut it off. Next time on the walkthrough of Zelda the Wind Waker, we'll probably do some more stuff on Outset Island, maybe. And I hope to see you then. Bye.